I found myself on funeral TikTok, prepper TikTok, and Raven, like the birds TikTok. That's for a whole other video. But my favorite TikTok is food TikTok. It's also the one that makes me feel less terrified. I'm about to show you some of the most watched food TikTok videos on the platform, and I'm going to chef them up and let you guys know if they're really good or not. Let's talk about the Cowboy candy collection. Confetti caviar. Ugh, no wonder I didn't know what the word is. I hate caviar. So this girl's name is Trazia Ray. She does a lot of cooking videos and she's adorable. I can tell she's from the South and I love that about her already. And so she walks you through step by step on how to, now I have a Southern accent. She's walking you through step by step. I did it again. There's a lot of chopping involved with this one. And the key is to chop all of these ingredients really, really well. You want them to be pretty fine. You're gonna go to town on a red onion, a bell pepper, color of your choice. I chose orange because it has like a little bit of a sweetness to it. Same thing with a tomato and roasted corn. And then you're gonna add all of your chopped ingredients to a large bowl. Then you're gonna add in the scallions and the chopped jalapenos and then squeeze the juice of 1 lime. Then I added in cooked black-eyed peas, black beans, and then you're gonna toss in a pretty liberal amount of seasoning, which includes sugar, garlic powder, chili powder, cumin, pepper, and salt. Then you're gonna toss in a 1/2 cup of olive oil and a 1/4 cup of rice vinegar and give it a mix. Then you're going to chop your avocado and mix it in last so that you don't smush it, which is a technical term, by the way. And then you have Cowboy Caviar. Just like that, 5 hours later. It smells so fresh. I was just recently diagnosed with probably multiple autoimmune diseases. We're not done diagnosing my immune diseases, but what they don't tell you about having an autoimmune disease is that your doctor basically just tries to ruin your life. They're like, no alcohol, no coffee, no bread, no sugar. I'm like, ma'am, I'm gonna have to stop you. My whole job is to talk about food. I can't only eat vegetables. But when I saw this on TikTok, I was like, oh my gosh, my rheumatologist is gonna be thrilled with this choice. This originally looked like a salad to me, and I guess you could just eat it as a salad, but the girl in the video was eating it with chips, which I'm never gonna pass up an opportunity to incorporate a chip into a dish. Whoa. That tastes like something from the Cheesecake Factory. Oh, I have to have 10 more bites of that. Go heavy on the seasoning. I think that's where you're gonna find that it's gonna taste more special. I'm surprised that I liked the vinegar. I thought the vinegar would be kind of like tangy and a little too gross. So good. I mean, I guess there is sugar in here, but we're not gonna tell my rheumatologist. I really think this would be delicious sitting on the couch binge watching a show. Some tips for this: make your black-eyed peas and your black beans fresh from like the actual hard bean in the bag versus can, if you can. I would also roast your own corn on the cob in the oven versus using canned corn. I think it makes a huge difference in how fresh it all tastes. But in a pinch, it's probably like a really good idea for a ball game, a football game, a party. This is so good. This next one's a weird one. I stumbled upon this pineapple tea that supposedly is so good for your immune system. It's packed with vitamin C. I found this one on Rose Pig Cooking's page. This guy is a chef. So this tea is designed to help your immune system, and it's a great way to use the leftover parts of a pineapple that you might toss once you chop it and eat all the edible pieces. So for this demonstration, I'm going to chop this pineapple up. You're gonna put in all the skin and the hard core of the pineapple pieces into some filtered water in a pot on the stove. I added in some sprigs of rosemary for some flavor and some cinnamon sticks. And then I also improvised with a few pieces of ginger, mostly because I love ginger more than anything in life. I realize I'm a weirdo. And then you're gonna let this boil for at least 45 minutes to let all the flavors kind of combine and meld together. And then you're gonna strain it all out. And you have a couple of options. You can either drink it hot, like sip it, or you can put it in the fridge and then drink it cold. While it's cooking, it does smell like Christmas in your house. I'm also gonna try this hot and cold. Ugh. Oh, it's so sour. I thought it was gonna be a lot sweeter than this. Oh, it is violent. Yeah, this tastes like punishment. But you know what it tastes like? Kind of those Theraflu powdery mixes you get when you're sick. I don't know her. I don't want to know her. I'm blocking her on Instagram. Sometimes it has to be done. Report her to Instagram, violating the rules. Let me see if I can try it cold. Honestly, not as bad cold. That's interesting. I mean, it's like 50% better cold than it is hot. Oh, I can definitely tolerate this. That is so weird. These taste like completely different things. Actually, the cold version doesn't taste as flavorful. I would recommend this. She's still blocked. If I were to do this again, I would do this with an organic pineapple, not one that's probably been sprayed with all kinds of like fungicides. Wash your pineapple extremely well and try to get organic if you're gonna be boiling and like removing all the stuff out of it. Apparently Hailey Bieber has a pizza toast that went viral, and Food 52 did their version of it. And this girl is really good at testing TikTok recipes. So if she says this one's good, it probably is very good. So start with a couple of tablespoons of olive oil. I always grab my favorite truffle olive oil by Truff. This stuff is incredible. Then you're gonna toss in your slices of sourdough bread, and then you're gonna brown them on both sides. You want these pieces to be crispy. And then you're gonna chop up your tomatoes into pretty thin slices and squeeze some fresh lemon juice on top, and then top with some fresh pepper and salt. Next, you're going to layer on your cheese onto the browned crispy sourdough slices, and then you're gonna top with the tomato slices that you just seasoned, and then I sprinkled some grated Parmesan cheese on top of that because you can never have too much cheese, let's be real. And then I heated up some marinara in a pan until it was pretty hot, and then I added that layer of marinara onto the slices pretty liberally, and then I topped that with oregano and red pepper flakes, and it already looks delicious. But you guys, it doesn't stop here. You just pop these in the oven at 375 for about 10 minutes to let the cheese really melt, and then you have pizza toast. If I told you I'm eating this off the floor, would you believe me?
It fell on my shoe.
Yeah, definitely eating it off the floor. You know, I've done worse things, I think. I think I ate like a 40-year-old cracker from an old tin can on like one of the Clever videos one time. So I'm probably gonna be okay. I did not have burrata, so I substituted mozzarella cheese with this. You really have to find a good marinara sauce. I've been delaying because this has been on the floor and I really am not super thrilled to eat this. God, my dirt and dirt don't hurt. You're from the South, girl. You've eaten worse things. I've eaten chicken feet. Don't ask. Tastes like floor. Huh. Another pro tip is I think you really have to have really good quality cheese. I've heard that if you buy like shredded cheese in the bag, they actually coat all the cheese with like not a plastic coating, but some sort of like waxy coating, and it keeps it from tasting as good. It helps keep it fresh longer, but I think the quality of the cheese and the quality of the marinara, and honestly, the quality of the bread. I did buy a local bakery's sourdough bread for this. It makes this entire thing taste like a really good appetizer at an Italian restaurant. Maybe not like a authentic Italian, but Italian nonetheless. I would probably give it a 7 out of 10. No, I'll give it an 8 out of 10. It's like a nice little pass around appetizer. The sun just came out and I lost all of my color and I didn't have much to begin with. Are we ready for a cocktail? That's also something I'm not supposed to be doing right now, but we're not gonna tell my doctor, okay? I found out about this viral margarita from this girl named Celia Sweetie. Her video got 600,000 views. It looks really scrumptious and gourmet, if you ask me. This is a pretty quick one. You're gonna take 2 limes and you're gonna toss them into a blender. And then you're gonna add 10 ounces of cold water, 2 ounces of tequila. I'm using my very favorite Don Julio. And then 1 ounce of triple sec, a 1/4 cup of simple syrup, and a dash of salt. And then you're gonna blend this up, and then you're gonna take that pulpy mix that you just made and strain it into your tumbler glass, and it looks so delicious right out of the gate. And instead of a dehydrated lime, I tossed in some leftover jalapeno slices because all good marks have jalapenos in them. And there you have it. The recipe really only is enough for one person. So I think you'd have to really make large batches of this if you were gonna have this for a lot of people. Okay, let's give her a shot. This isn't good. And I used my good favorite tequila for this. I can taste the bitterness of the skin of the lime. This is horrible. I'm so sad. I can't even get tipsy off this. I'm gonna try and surpass all that pulpy foam and get to maybe the bottom. No. Tastes like hand sanitizer. You know, like when you get hand sanitizer on your hands and then you go like lick the ketchup off of your finger from your fridge fry and you're like, oh, I know this was bad. No, give me this every single day of my life. This is sacrilege. Oh God. I'm so violently upset about it. Somewhere God is upset that this even existed. I feel like mosquitoes is another thing that God's like, yeah, I probably should have done something a little bit different with that. I think he feels the same way about this margarita. I would only serve it to people that you wanted to stop coming to your house. It feels laced. It does feel laced. I just went back to the comment section of this video because I was like, am I the problem? And a lot of the comments are triggered. I just can't believe it. I can't believe that she thought this was good. There's no way. I stumbled upon this pretty viral recipe from Sugarless Crystals. It was for this creamy chicken stuffed pepper. And I don't necessarily love peppers, but the way this guy was making the food, it just resonated with my food spirit. And I was like, I think this one's gonna be good. So instead of buying green peppers, I ended up doing it with orange peppers.
You are going to chop your bell pepper tops off, and then you're going to carefully slice out the seeds and the insides, and then sprinkle a little bit of salt on the inside of those. Set those aside. And in a separate pot, you're going to melt 2 tablespoons of butter with 2 teaspoons of minced garlic. And then once that's combined, you're going to add about 4 ounces of cream cheese, a half a cup of mozzarella cheese, and then a half cup of heavy cream. Then you're going to stir that up until everything has combined and melted together. Then you're going to add 1 pound of shredded chicken with a half teaspoon of salt and a 1/4 teaspoon of pepper, and then a half teaspoon of onion powder to the cream sauce. This whole process is so easy, you guys. And then you're going to spoon in your mix into the bell peppers and then sprinkle with some whole milk mozzarella cheese. And then you're going to bake them at 400 degrees for about 15 minutes and you should be good to go.
It was so easy. The hardest part was shredding the chicken. Now, I left my peppers in the oven for I think almost twice the amount of time because I wanted to have some of this like browning like flavor to it, because I thought it might be a little too bland without some of that smokiness. I also probably used a little too much cream, which is hard to believe that you can use too much cream, but you can. Look how convenient and small and delicious. So Matt already had one of these and he couldn't stop talking about how good it was. And he's funny. I thought you would eat it with a fork. I thought you would eat it with a fork, but Matt just ate it like this. And I was like, oh, that's kind of genius actually, because the fork, it is kind of hard to cut through the skin of the bell pepper. So I'm just gonna eat it like he ate it, like a caveman. That is incredible. That is stunning. This is so buttery, creamy, down home cooking, but also like a fancy twist on that. Honestly, I actually think the green bell pepper would have been a better choice because I think it is a little on the sweeter side, but this is freaking phenomenal. You know, maybe I did leave it in the oven too long because this is now like a little softer. I do miss a little bit of the crunch that goes with this smushy, cheesy chicken. If I was on Master Chef right now, I would absolutely be going to the next round. Doesn't that look like a little booty? Like someone burned their little booty sitting on a park bench without pants on. I love doing these videos because, again, I get so bored eating the same things over and over again. And let's be real, as much as I love fast food and takeout, I can't afford to be eating that every single day of my life. More food content is on the way. Go eat, drink, and be merry.